1989 on a G, Mercedes 500 SEL. So that is your 5 litre V8 long wheelbase, which is your L. Excuse me. This one you will notice looks slightly different. It has a period correct, probably attached from new to be fair, Lorenza kit. So they were Merc approved, they did body kits. You might have seen some of the wide body stuff they did from back in the day. But on the SEL, so the 126, on the long wheelbase and the normal wheelbase, you got this kit, which is the front bumper, side skirts, rear bumper, and then they did have an optional ducktail, which this one doesn't have, which actually, to be fair, I prefer, because a ducktail on a long wheelbase car just looks a bit weird to me. You will notice the fog lights are missing from the front bumper. They are here in this box. Apparently the owner took them out to give them a clean. If you know Mercs of this era, they do get a bit grubby. We've got new backing plates for brakes and all sorts of bits and bobs in there. And we do have a full set of Continental Contact winter tyres. We've got receipts from Mercedes this car going in recently to have those changed back over, so we obviously use them quite regularly. We have a proper set of Continental summer tyres on now. We're going to start by having a good look around the bodywork. Then we're going to go into the interior, and then we're going to go for a cold engine startup. This one was driven to us from North Yorkshire as well, which is always good. But we're going to start with the bodywork, like I say, and then we'll move on from there. Driver's side, if you look down that side, it's lovely and straight all the way down there. It's not full of ripples or dents. It's a very long, flat car, so if it's full of filly, you can tell straight away. Whereas this one is nice and smooth. That body line that goes halfway down is crisp all the way down. Not that it ever isn't normally, but the panel gaps on this one are lovely. It's pretty standard on a Merc, to be fair. Driver's front wing, we've got a little bit of bubbling starting just down the bottom there. The arch itself is sharp when you get your finger in behind there, all the way down, and then it meets this plastic body kit down the bottom here. A couple of little stone chips on the bottom on that Lorenza kit, and we'll show you the stamps on that as we go. So the front bumper, for example, is stamped there, Lorenza, with the part number, because there is a few sort of Chinese copies knocking about. Rest of that front wing is all nice and tidy. It's a lovely colour, this as well. It's sort of like a browny grey metallic, very nice colour. It's on the standard spec SEL wheels, like I say, matching Continentals all round, but we'll double check as we go. Coming down this side, and quite often on these sort of era 126s, things like that, you get quite a lot of delamination in the corners of the windscreen, but this one, as you can see, is good all the way around. We'll check the other side when we get there. All nice and tidy up the A-pillar, with the exception of one tiny little stone chip just there. Coming up onto the roof, and again, all good on the leading edge of the windscreen. A couple of minor stone chips just there. Very, very tiny. Most importantly, there is no corrosion coming through around the sunroof, and I have had that open this morning as well, which is always good. Roof itself, it's got a couple of little bird poo marks here and there, and there is a little bit of fading in the lacquer just on this section here. Just see it. But you do have to get right on top of it to see it. Nice clear glass all the way down the side, stamped up as you'd expect. No real marks to whinge about on the driver's door. Normally you've got a whole load around the handle, but this one's all good. And that body kit is nice and tidy. All your jacking points are correct and there. A little bit of a mark on the rear door there. It's almost like it's had a touch in there. At some point maybe someone's opened a door on it or something like that. We see a massive rear door being the long wheelbase. And there is a very light scratch just at the start of the arch there. If we get into the arch, obviously plastic down the lower half, but metal here. Normally you'd find some corrosion coming through here and here. This one, as you can see, is good all the way around. And then when you get your hand on the inside, nice and sharp, another Continental tyre. And then if we look back up this side, nice and straight all the way up. Normally you find some rust coming through here where the mounts for the rear bumper fit, but as you can see, this one is all good. You will see a Lorenza stamp just there as well on the rear bumper. Coming around on the back, it's quite common on this area, but the chrome plating on this bit of the trim of the bumper has sort of cracked a little bit. That is standard Merc. It's the other bit below it that is Lorenza, so you can just replace that with a normal Merc part. Both tail lights are bright and clear. SEL badge in the right place. Nice and clean on all the sort of stainless trim on the back. Up onto the boot lid, we've got a little bit of a bird poo mark just there, which looks like it would polish off, and another one just there if we're being really picky. Underneath the windscreen, that looks to be all good. We can't see any corrosion popping up around the sill or the seam or anything like that. That seal's all nice and soft. No delamination on the rear screen either. Coming round on the passenger side, and again, lovely and straight all the way down. It's not full of ripples or dents. No corrosion coming through on this section. We do have a little bubble on the arch just there, and another one starting just there. It's nice and solid if you get your hand in and really give it a bit of a grip, but it is just starting. Another good Continental tyre. Nothing else to whinge about on that rear quarter. Same spot, we've got a little bit of lack appeal just here. It's on the actual lip of the roof. The roof itself is good, so you've got a line to mask it off, but it just wants retouching there. And then no sign of any corrosion around the roof on this side, or sunroof, sorry. One stone chip just there, but lovely and neat along the leading edge. Nice and clear and stamped up on the glass on this side. Rear door, no marks to whinge about there. And then moving forward, same story on this door, nice and tidy on the door. For being really picky, there's a tiny little scratch just there. A-pillar is all good. We've got one little stone chip just there. Again, no delamination down the bottom or in the top corner. And then front wing, a little bit of stone chipping down the bottom there, as you'd expect. But the arch itself is sharp. Little bubble just starting at the bottom there. Another Continental tyre, so that's 4 all round. Round up the front. Headlights and indicators on both sides are clear. I've shown you the fog lights, obviously, like I say, they're out, but they are easy enough to put back in. A couple of minor stone chips on the lower half, but there's no cracks or anything like that. Chrome work on the front is good, not like the back, obviously. There's a little one there, but around the grille is all good. Normally these have been sort of satin canned black by now, but these ones are nice and neat. And then up onto the roof, onto the bonnet, lovely and straight. No real stone chips to note, to be fair, which is very good. Moving on to the interior, kind of where it's at on the sort of 126 shape. It's kind of what we're meant for, really, isn't it? Big cruisers. Lovely and neat on the driver's door. The pleated leather is nice and soft. No real wear on either of the armrests. Electric seats. Manual mirrors, manual driver's mirror on this one. Electric passenger, which is pretty standard on this era make. Electric windows. We've got child locks in there. All nice and neat down the centre console there. The wood looks to be nice all the way around. A little bit of wear on the bolster, but other than that, the driver's seat's nice and comfy. It's not collapsed or anything like that. All the beading's good. We've got a set of Merc waffle mats with over rugs underneath, and then it's keeping the mats underneath nice and clean. This one's done 164,271 miles, which I would say is probably about average for one of these. I've seen them on 300, I've seen them on 50. Lovely and clean on that rear door card. Obviously a big door card. All the door shuts are nice and neat. Really, it's a car meant for rear passengers, being a long wheelbase. That seat is really very good. Armrest is lovely. Underneath there is nice and neat. These aren't pulled out or stretched. Again, we've got another set of over rugs protecting the carpets under there. Headlining is lovely. And then into the boot. Nice and neat on the underside of the boot. You want to get your hand under here and feel that, because they can trap water in there. And there's sort of these rings that start to flake. That one feels lovely and solid. We'll get the camera underneath so you can have a look. Nice brown carpet set, which is all nice and neat. Lift that up, you've got your strap and everything intact. Spare wheel, jack, brace, it's all there where it should be. Nothing else to whinge about in there. Rear passenger side, again, lovely and tidy on the door card. Door shut is nice. Nothing to whinge about on that back seat. There's no funny smells. It doesn't smell like it's been smoked in or had dogs or anything like that. No signs of any trapped moisture. And then all good on the passenger door card. Electric seats on this side as well. Really very good on this side. It's had a little touch up of a mark there, I think, by the looks of things, but fairly noticeable. Nice and neat on this side. Again, the wood is lovely. Pop the bonnet while we're here. Ticking all the boxes as well. That 5 litre V8, lovely engine, nice and smooth, super reliable. All relatively standard looking in here. If you want to be picky, you could do with a good detail in here. Like I say, I drove to us from North Yorkshire yesterday. We've left it to go cold for a video for a start. It's not dropping any fluid on the floor. We'll get it fired up. Around the back. Nothing nasty coming out the back. Idling away nice and happy. Lovely smooth engine these as well. And we'll check. I'm sure these have got an oil pressure gauge as well. Oil pressure straight up to 3 where it should be with it being cold. It's even got half a tank of fuel. You can see it's stone cold in there as well. So there you have it. 1989 500 SEL with the Lorenzo kit It's got a nice big history file as well, which we'll detail in the description. If you've got any more questions at all, please get in touch. We're open obviously every day for viewings. If you want to come and have a look at it, let us know. If you can't get to see the car, again, get in touch. We can do photos, we can do videos, we can do video calls, whatever you might need. Thank you.